Hi Mark, I'm Mitch from the ACAST and I'm going to start this week's reading for chapter 11 and 12. My number is 39. Chapter 11. 10 words in context. In a space provided, write the letter of the meaning closer to that of each four-phase word. Use the context of the sentences to help you figure out each word's meaning. 1. Blatant. Scott's smoking is blatant. Not only does he light up everywhere, but his clothes smell of smoke, and his fingers are stained with nicotine. The company's disregard of the environment is blatant. It makes no effort to stop polluting coastal waters with garbage. The answer is A. Blatant means A. Unmistakable, B. Scrambled, C. Not noticeable. Number 2. Blight. Nothing has hurt our country more than the blight of drugs. There are two ways of looking at TV, as a blight that dulls the mind or as a valuable source of information. The answer is C. Blight means A. Something that exists, B. Something very obvious, C. Something that harms. Number 3. Contrive. My 8-year-old son could write a book titled 101 Ways I Have Contrived to Stay Up Past My Bedtime. Jill has to contrive a way to get a day off from work for her friend's wedding. She's already used up her vacation time. The answer is A. Contrive means A. To think of, B. To mix up, C. To avoid. Number 4. Garble. The typesetter accidentally garbled the newspaper story, giving the reader only a mixed-up article. The company has garbled the bike's assembly instructions so badly that we were constantly confused about which step to do next. The answer is C. Garble means A. To read, B. To lose, C. To jumble. Number 5. Gaunt. Abraham Lincoln's beard made his gaunt face look fuller. Sharon's eating disorder called anorexia nervosa has made her so gaunt that she looks like a walking skeleton. The answer is A. Gaunt means A. Very thin, B. Wide, C. Confused. Number 6. Gloat. The coach told his team, "There's only one thing worse than a sore loser, and that means winner. Don't gloat." Neil's sister always tattles on him and then gloats when he's punished, saying, "I told you so." The answer is B. Gloat means A. To apologize fully, B. To be over self-satisfied, C. To pay back. Number 7. Immaculate. It's amazing that while Caroline always appears immaculate, her apartment often seems very dirty. Don't expect a child to come home from a birthday party with immaculate clothing. Child usually manage to get as much birthday cake on their clothing as in their month. The answer is B. Immaculate means A. Uncomfortable, B. Spotless, C. Soiled. Number 8. Plagiarism. When the author saw a movie with the same plot as one of her novels, she sued for plagiarism. The teacher warned her student that using an author's exact words as one's own is plagiarism. The answer is B. Plagiarism means A. Creativity, B. The stealing of ideas, C. Planning. Qualm. Larry is so honest that he has qualms about telling light with little white lies. For instance, it bothers him to say he likes a friend's new haircut when he really doesn't. The answer is A. Qualm means A guilty feeling, B. A proud memory, C. A clever plan. Number 10. Retaliate. When I broke my sister's stereo, she retaliated by cutting the cord of my Sony Walkman earphone. When Rose refused to pay his little sister for washing his car, she retaliated by washing it again with its windows open. The answer is B. Relatate means matching words with definitions. Following are definitions of the 10 words. Clearly write or print each word next to its definition. The sentences above and on the previous page will help you decide on the meaning of each word. Number 1. Qualm. An uneasy feeling about how right or proper a particular action is. Number 2. Garble. To mix up or confuse, add a story or message. Scramble. Number 3. Gloat. To feel or express delight or self-satisfaction, often spitefully. Number 4. Blight. Something that weakens, damages, or destroys. Number 5. Plagiarism. Using someone else's writings or ideas as one's own. Number 6. Contrive. To plan, clearly think up. Number 7. Retaliate. To return an injury for an injury, pay back. Number 8. Blatant. Very obvious, often offensively so. Number 9. Immaculate. Perfectly clean. Number 10. Gaunt. Thin and bony. Caution. Do not go any further until you are sure the above answers are correct. Then you can use the definitions to help you in the following practice. Your goal is eventually to know the words well enough so that you don't need to check the definition at all. Sentence check 1. Using the answer line provided, complete each item below with the correct word from the box. Use each word once. A. Blatant. B. Blight. C. Contrive. D. Garble. E. Gaunt. F. Gloat. G. Immaculate. H. Plagiarism. I. Qualm. J. Retaliate. Number 1. An immaculate house may be a sign that someone has nothing better to do than clean. Number 2. Child abuse is an awful blight on the physical and mental health of yours. Number 3. My aunt refuses to drive Mr. Elson to bingo because he gloats so much when he wins, which is often. 4. The F's and D's on my brother's report card are blatant evidence of how little he has studied this term. Contrive. Emilio still hopes to contrive a way to get Rita to go out with him, even though she refused him 4 times. Number 6. When my friend Jamie left a message with my little brother, inviting me to go to the mall, he garbled it so badly that the message I got was, Jamie wants you to go play ball. Number 7. Every time the Hartfield harmed the McCoys would retaliate, so the feud went on for years. Number 8. Rescued after being lost at sea for 9 days, the man was terribly gaunt, but then put on weight rapidly. Number 9. My parents say it is foolish to give spare change to a handler, but I always feel a qualm when I walk by them and give nothing. Mark, Mark Twain joked that charge of plagiarism were ridiculous because no one can be completely original. He wrote, "We mortals can create, we can only copy." Sentence check 2. Using the answer line provided, complete each item below with 2 words for the box. Use each word once. Number 1 and 2. The living room looked immaculate, or blatant, except for lump under the carpet. The living room looked immaculate except for lump under the carpet. A blatant sign that my son had taken a shortcut is cleanly up. Number 3 and 4. After the bully struck him, Jules wanted to retaliate by throwing a rock, but he had qualms about doing anything so dangerous. Number 5 and 6. The little girl was so gaunt after her illness that her parents carefully contrived fattening meals that were sure to arouse her appetite. Number 7 and 8. At least I know you aren't guilty of plagiarism, said my teacher. Nobody else would have garbled the report so badly that it's impossible to follow. Number 9 and 10. Willie is a blight on our school. Not only does he start fights with opposing players on a basketball court, but he also gloats after his bench, as if he's proud of causing such turmoil. In fact, although he is a great player, the coach is pondering kicking him off the team. Final check, cruel teacher. Here is a final opportunity for you to strengthen your knowledge of the 10 words. First, read the following selection carefully, then fill in each blank with a word from the box at the top of the previous page. Context clues will help you figure out which word goes in which blank. Use each word once. It has been 20 years since I was in Mr. Brill's 10th grade biology class, but I still get nervous thinking about it. Mr. Brill was a tall, gaunt man who resembled the skeleton at the back of the room. His meaningless was blatant. For his most difficult questions, he would call on the shyest kids, those most vulnerable to the pain of embarrassment, and when they nervously garbled their answers, he would gloat as if their poor performance were a personal victory for him. The discomfort of some of his victims was almost tangible, nearly as solid as the wooden pointer which he sometimes loudly slammed across his desk just to shock us. He seemed to contrive situations just to make us miserable. For example, if our fingernails were not immaculate, we were sent out of class as if we needed clean hands to dissect a frog. One time I worked extremely hard on a paper for class, but he accused me of plagiarism. He said I must have copied it because I was too dumb to write anything that good. Without the qualm, he gave me an F, which ruined my average and demoralized me for the rest of the year. All of us students would imagine ways to get even with him, and we were too afraid to retaliate. Why a teacher like that was allowed to continue teaching was an enigma to us. Once I still have not figured out. In all the years since, I've never met a person who was such a blight on a teaching profession. Score. Sentence check 2. Blank percent. Final check. Blank percent. Enter your score above in the vocabulary performance chart on the inside back cover of the book. Chapter 12. 10-word parts in context. Figure out the meaning of the following 10 words apart by looking closely and carefully at the context in which they appear. Then, in the space provided, write the letter of the meaning closest to that of each word part. Number 1. 8. Teachers often find it difficult to motivate students to learn eagerly. The TV history series fascinated viewers with such details as the 17th century English Children's Hospital that gave each child 2 gallons of beer per week. The answer is A. The word part 8 means A. Cause to become, B. Call, C. End. 2. Bio. Helen Keller wrote a touching autobiography titled The Story of My Life. Biology is the science of living things, both plant and animal. The answer is B. The word part bio means A. Bend, B. Life, C. Partly. Number 3. Claim. In 2001, American theater critics acclaimed The Producers, which won 12 Tony Awards as the best musical of the year. The exclamation point emphasizes passionate, sudden, and surprised outcries such as "Ah, and that hurts." The answer is A. The word part claim or clam means A. Cry out, B. Father, C. Partly. Number 4. Fin. The final word in many prayers is amen, which means may it be so. "Ooh, ah!" the crowd exclaimed, enjoying the spectacular 5-minute finale that closed the 4th of July fireworks display. The answer is C. The word part fin means A. Strong, B. Toward, C. End. Number 5. Flex. Gymnasts must be extremely flexible so that they can bend their bodies into many positions. When they enter church, athletics genuflect. That is, they bend on one knee as a sign of reverence. The answer is A. The word part flex and or flex means A. Bend, B. Father, C. Person. 6. Fort. The burglar forcibly entered the home by breaking the kitchen window. The children made a high wall of pressed snow to fortify themselves against a snowball attack by the kids across the street. C. The answer is C. The word part force and fort means A. Person, B. Direction of, C. Strong. Number 7. Hum. We have done all that is humanly possible to save your grandmother's life, said the doctor. A resident of the shelter for the homeless complained, "The treatment here is not humane. We want to be treated like people, not objects." The answer is B. The word part hum means A. In the direction of, B. Having to do with people, C. Call. Number 8. Patry. Mike just became a father, so he is taking 6 months paternity leave to help care for the baby. Patriotism was so strong that soldiers willingly risked their lives to defend their fatherland. The answer is C. The word part pater or patry means A. Partly, B. Toward, C. Father. Number 9. Semi. My grandfather is only semi-retired. He worked part-time as a plumber. I use semi-sweet chocolate in my frosting to keep it from being too bitter or too sweet. The answer is 8. The word part semi means partly of living things. C. Toward. 10. Ward. Everyone at the fair looks skyward in horror at the colorful hot air balloon exploded. The children tried walking to school backward but gave up before even reaching the end of their block. B. The answer is B. The word part ward means A. Call. B. In the direction of. C. Of living things. Matching word parts with definitions. Following are definitions of the 10 word parts. Clearly write or print each word part next to its definition. The sentences above and on the previous page will help you decide on the meaning of each word part. Number 1. Flex, flat, bend. Number 2. Semi, partly, half. Number 3. Bio, life, of living things. Number 4. Patter, patry, father. Number 5. 8. Cause to become. Number 6. Word, in the direction of, toward. Number 7. Claim, clam, card, call, cry out. Number 8. Force, fort, strong. Number 9. Hum, person, having to do with people. Number 10. Fine, end. Caution! Do not go any farther until you are sure about the above answers are correctly. Then you can use the definition to help you in the following practices. Your goal is eventually to know the word part well enough so that you don't need to check the definition at all. Sentence check 1. Using the answer line provided, complete each elliptic-sized word in the sentences below with the correct word part from the box. Use each word part one time. A. 8. B. Bio. C. Claim, clam. D. Fine. E. Flex. F. Fort, fort. G. Hum. H. Patter, patry. I. Semi. J. Ward. Number 1. Little Jesse loudly exclaimed that his father was the smartest man on the block. Rhymes. Bio rhyme is an cycle of each of periodic changes in life, such as daily change in body temperature. The jury from the disturbed young man who had shot his father guilty of patricide. After a cold rainy weekend of camping, the Boy Scout was relieved to head homeward. 5. My mother was so inflexible that she never once bent the rule and let me stay out past curfew. The candidate's forceful speech in favor of reduced military spending made a powerful impression on me. Number 7. Uncle Ken was in a semi-private room in the hospital. The other man in the room has also suffered a heart attack. Number 8. There were only 2 finalists in the last session of the talent contest, and both were country singers. Humanitarian. Bishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa received the Nobel Peace Prize for his humanitarian efforts to bring justice to his country's people. Humiliate. In 1961, administrators of New York's Museum of Modern Art were humiliated to learn that for weeks a painting has been displayed. Note: now check your answers to these questions by turning to page 178. Going over the answer carefully will help you prepare for the next two parties. Practice for which answers are not given. Sentences check 2. Using the answer line provided, complete each italicized word in the sentences below with the correct word part from the box. Use each word part once. 1 and 2. Oh, sorry. I looked down and watched the doctor tap my knee to see if its reflex was normal. My supervisor, Mr. Kane, is paternal. He enforces the rules in a fatherly way, firmly but kindly. In addition, my co-workers are all very amiable, making for a very friendly atmosphere. Number 5 and 6. After the accident, my brother was semi-conscious for several hours. Finally, around midnight, he became fully alert and mobile, enough to walk out of the hospital on his own. Number 7 and 8. When a teacher asks students to write a biography, she means the life story of a human. But Harry wrote the life story of Tarzan, his pet snake. Number 9 and 10. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued a proclamation freeing the slaves, but it would be almost 100 years after his announcement before real efforts were made to integrate black people into society's mainstream. Final check. It's never too late. I almost fell out my chair last night when Here is a final opportunity for you to strengthen your knowledge of the 10 word parts. First, read the following selection carefully, then complete each italicized word in a parenthesis below with a word from the box at the top of the previous page. Context clues will help you figure out which word part goes in which bank. Use each word part once. I almost fell out of my chair last night when my father proclaimed, "I quit my job today. I'm going to college." He realized that people may think it is eccentric to start school at his age, but he's willing to appear odd because he is tired of semi-skilled work in a factory. He wants a job that requires more skills and training. Both of my paternal grandparents died when Dad was a child, so he and his brothers were forced to quit school early to work. Dad finished high school at night. Now he will venture working only part-time in order to educate himself further. He still isn't sure what his major will be, but he has always liked science. He definitely wants to take a biology course because all living things interest him. He'd like to force his efforts in a field that benefits humanity, such as physical therapy, where he could help rehabilitate people with certain infirmities. He's also thinking about nursing. Most men of his generation think of nursing as women's job, so that interest in this field shows me how his more generation thinks of is more flexible in his thinking than I ever realized. Whatever his choice is, he is looking forward to classes with great zeal. I know that when he finished his schooling. No one will be prouder of him than I already am. Score. Sentence check 2. Blank percent. Final check blank percent. Enter your score above and in a vocabulary performance chart on the inside back cover of the book. Okay, thank you, Mark, for listening. I'm finished.